Good morning. Welcome back to Rocking the Spectrum. Today is a school day, but Christian is not going to school because he's going to ABA training. This is actually school based. It's called Links. It's for CCSD, which is Las Vegas School District, and this all started when Christian was having behavior problems at school. It's referral based, so the teacher has to refer you out to this program, and then they set you up for a 5-week training course. Now, what I pictured was kind of like a school, like a class with a bunch of parents and instructors kind of like talking to us about what to do in certain situations. But what actually ended up being was kind of like how I felt the early intervention training was, like where they evaluate your child, see if you need assistance or not. It was like a classroom filled with a bunch of toys, sensory stuff, and they let Christian do his thing that day pretty much just to get him to have a feel around and not be anxious of coming back, because like I said, it is a 5-week program, so they didn't demand that much, but they did demand certain things, and he did show behaviors and things like that, and they were trying to explain to me what to do in those situations. So it is a parent training more than ABA training for Christian. It's kind of like just to show me what to do, which I already know what to do, but it's good to get a refresher and kind of like see firsthand how these things work. So I'll talk to you guys about that in a little bit. It's about 7:20, so I do have to wake the kids up. Haiti has school, and then we have to get the ball rolling. Our appointment's at 9:30, so I'll bring you guys with us. Christian, can you say good morning? Christian, can you say hi? Say hi. You can do it, buddy. You have to say hi. Ready? Give me your hand. Hi, Christian. You wave. Hi. Good job. That was good. I like that. We're eating oatmeal today. Papi left a little bit of oatmeal in the morning with flax seeds, chia seeds, cinnamon, almond milk. Yum. That's a lot of good stuff in there. We're testing the waters. Go ahead and eat that, and then we'll change you, okay, buddy? Let's see if he takes another bite. Yum, yum, yum. That's delicious. Oh, we have a good breakfast today. So we have about 30 minutes before we have to leave to the Links program. I cut up an apple and I peeled off the skin because I know he eats them from McDonald's, like the little packets that they bring out or give with the Happy Meal, and I want him to eat apples because they have a bunch of good stuff in them. So it looks like he's eating it. I'll probably just keep doing it like this. He won't eat an apple just by itself, even when I cut it, if it has a peel. I mean the skin. So yay! So we've had oatmeal and we're having apples. This is how much he left of the oatmeal. I'm really happy he ate the oatmeal. Let me show you guys what he's eaten. He left just pieces of the apple, and I peeled a orange because he's still hungry, and I'm going to see if he eats a rice cake with peanut butter and a little bit of jelly. I heard him pushing, so I rushed him to the bathroom, and I think I might have caught him. Say hi. I'm in the middle of doing, oh, you did go. Good job, buddy. You went number 2. I like that. I'll leave you alone. We just got to the Link Center, and I gave Christian 2 rice cakes, and they have no sugar, and he actually really liked them, thank goodness. So he's officially done eating breakfast. 2 rice cakes, an orange, apple, and the oatmeal. So we're gonna go ahead and go in and see what we learned today. We had a very busy morning, guys. We just got home. It's 1:30. His RBT should be here any minute now. We went to the gym after the ABA program, and then we went grocery shopping, which, let me tell you, it was not as pleasant as the time that you guys saw on the channel with Hugo. It wasn't horrible, and he was paying attention better. But just like in the checkout line, when there's so much going on, a lot of people around, candy, temptation, like he's a little fudgety, and I'm a little stressed, so I'm glad that's out of the way. I needed to go though because we needed chicken, so that's done. So now I'm gonna focus on picking up the house and cooking while Christian is in ABA therapy. And I'll talk to you guys in a little bit regarding the Links program and the ABA and all the things that they told me. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so like I mentioned, we went to ABA training via the school, so it's a little different from home-based ABA. And the key thing here is that they're not necessarily teaching Christian. They're not doing therapy on him. They're showing us parents how to do ABA at home in our own way. So I think it's a great idea. I didn't even know they offered that. I think they need to make it more known so that everybody understands that there's this information that's available to them, because if you think about it, I've mentioned, I think before, they're here for only 2 hours, 3 hours, however long they're here with your son for. You have to make sure you're following through. And if you don't know what to do to follow through, what is correct and what is incorrect, then how do they expect you to succeed, you know? So with ABA, I'm not saying you have to do sit down table work and do puzzles and do this and that. It's nice if you can, but for example, with my family, we have a lot going on, and when we get home at 7:30 at night, I don't want to have him work all the time. Like sometimes we will do work, sometimes we won't, or we'll do different kinds of work where it's just play, you know? So what needs to happen is that you need to know how to make the ABA method apply to regular life. So for example, you have to, there's like ABC, which is like the first step is the command. What do you want from your child? The response, which is either they listened or they didn't, and then you have to close out that that demand, that command, you know, whatever you want to call it. So either they listened, oh, good listening, or they didn't listen, oh, you didn't do it, Christian, you didn't listen, that's not it, buddy. So you have to make sure that you let them know what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong, so that they understand, because the thing that they explained, it is very, you might understand, Christian, you might understand, come sit down. But for somebody like Christian, when he has something that's catching his attention, like a reinforcer, and he's playing, he is so engaged that he is not listening whatsoever to me saying, Christian, come sit down. So I need to break it down even more and go to him, take away the reinforcer, and then say, come sit down. That way, I have something that he wants, and by him following through, he's going to listen. Now, I know that this is probably not going to make a lot of sense. I'm probably not explaining it correctly, but that's one of the things that I got, you know, just make sure that you let your child know what's expected, and if they follow through, then praise, and if they don't follow through, then you have to let them know that they didn't do what you expected them to do. And there has to be consequences. What's the consequence? They don't get their toy. They have to sit down still. If they listen, they get their toy, and they don't have to sit down, and they can roam. So you have to make it so that they want to, you have to make it easier for them to listen than to not listen. So if they cry and they get what they want, then they're going to continue to cry because they got it that time. It was easier to cry and get it than to listen and do the hard work, and then after the work you get it. So you just have to make it harder. So after my first week, which was like 2 weeks ago, I was really pumped and I really wanted to try to do that, you know. So I made sure in my everyday life, so like if he wanted to eat, I would tell him, you know, Christian, come sit, you know. And then when he would listen, I would tell him, that's good listening, Christian, thank you for sitting down. And then when he wouldn't listen, I would say, oh, you're not listening, Christian, come sit down, you know. So you just have to make sure that you explain exactly what's happening. Either they listen to you or they didn't listen to you, and that's what I got from this therapy. So today, you know, he went in there and they let him play for a while. They let him get comfortable. They wrote some stuff on the board. It's kind of complicated. I kind of understand, but then I don't understand. And if you want me to try to explain it, I can make a video all about it. I mean, I have notes. They gave me a bunch of notes regarding you know, what they're teaching is pretty much in here. And they talk about reinforcers, they talk about behaviors, and how if you do this, this behavior can escalate versus doing that. You know, it's pretty complicated. I mean, I think I understand the concept, but I don't want to sit here and, you know, give you guys the rundown exactly. But if you guys want, I can make a video. So with today, they wanted to kind of like reinstate that he's gonna work a little bit, you know, in here. We want him to have fun, but we also want him to work. So they had to kind of like feel him out again and get him comfortable and get him doing things like baby steps. So they would let him roam the room and play, and then they would take away his reinforcer and then have him sit down. And once he would sit down, that was like immediately, good job, I like how you listen, you get the reinforcer. And then after like a minute, they would do it again. They would take away the reinforcer and have him sit down on a different chair. And once he did that, he got the reinforcer again. And then they upped it. And then after he moved to the chair that they wanted him to, they would have him do a command, another one, like match or something, and that would be like his behavior would escalate there. He would like whine and complain, because one of the things that they told me and that I observed myself is he's very much wanting to be in control. He wants all the control, and he avoids because he doesn't want to give up the control, and it's definitely true. So we just have to show that us as parents, we're in control of the situation. You know, you want chips? Okay, but you have to sit down and eat the chips here. And as soon as I give him a chip and he tries to get up, I take away the chip and say, no, we have to sit down. You know, like if you break it down to that level of like easy, you could see how you could apply the ABA methods at home. So once I saw them doing it for a little while, maybe like an hour, they said, you know, are you ready? Do you want to do it? I said, sure, you know. And one of the things that I've mentioned to them is that with ABA, you kind of feel like you're not a parent, and you kind of feel like you're pretending to be a RBT, you know? You're pretending to be something else. I feel robotic. Like, I can do I can do it, and I do put it into my life, but it makes me feel funny, because when I talk to Haiti, I don't talk to her like if she's doing something wrong. I don't say, oh, Haiti, that's not it, try again. Or like if she's behaving wrong, you know, usually all I have to do is Haiti. You know, and she understands that, but Christian, you have to break it down. Like, he's not going to understand that my face like this, just by that, means like you're not doing something right, you know? So you have to literally say every single thing. So I've told them before, you know, like, it doesn't come naturally. Like, when I'm over here saying, oh, that's not it, you know, or like, good job, Christian, I like how that's not how I typically parent, you know, like, I'm a relaxed parent. My kid, well, my Haiti knows that she needs to, like, you know, respect, and respect is given back, and listen, you know. So when I have to go into this, like, that's not it, son, it feels a little funny, you know, but it's whatever. Different is not bad, you know, like, you just have to learn how to parent different, how to be, you know, you have to find a way to make it easy for them, you know. After a little while, the whole method of like command and either listen or not, and then close it out by saying you listened or didn't, it all adds up to like not being this big math problem. It's just working, and I actually saw it working. You know, as I said, we go to the gym often, and today we went to the gym, and after many times of working with him, myself, you know, like going to him and taking the reinforcer and giving him a prompt like sit down, and he would do it. After so many times of doing it, I feel like I saw it myself. Like when I went to the gym, oftentimes when I go pick him up, he's really far away, and there's like a gate that we can't pass. So usually I have to say, Christian, and he doesn't even turn around. And every other kid turns around, but he doesn't turn around, you know, because he's not listening. And that's one of the things that we were working on today. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I talk fast when I'm excited. So since we worked on that, I kind of saw it firsthand. So like I said, usually we say, you know, Christian, and he's like in his own world, and one of the workers has to go and grab him, and then he sees us, you know, like it's rare when he actually responds. So today I called and he was far. I said, Christian, and that's all I did, and I waited probably like 3 seconds, and like I see him doing his thing, playing with the doll's hair, and then he looks up and he looks at me, and then he just comes, and I was like, oh my god, it's working, you know, like just following through. I know it sounds like robotic and repetitive, and like it's odd, you know, it's odd to be in the grocery store and say, oh, that's not it, son, try again, or like I like the way you're listening. It's different type of parenting that I'm used to, you know. My parents never talked to me like that. I never talked to Haiti like that. So it's just something that you have to adjust to, but like I see the benefits of it, you know. And then when you control so much of the situation and you demand so much from them, they do get behaviors, you know, the behaviors increase a bit, but at the end, you know, I definitely see the benefit, and I'm super excited to just continue going and learning, and I want to take, you know, courses, and there are classes online that you could take, not even if you don't want to be an RBT, but just take classes to understand ABA therapy, so you can help your own kid out, you know. And for me personally, I love the feeling of like seeing something work and like putting effort into it and then getting the reward of like your son listening, you know. So I mean, I would love to become an RBT at one point, you know. That's like my goal, you know. So when I wanted to throw something away and he doesn't listen, you know, like I'm gonna say, you know, oh, you're not listening, Christian, throw away the banana. I don't care how robotic it sounds, because I know that it works, you know. So I'm excited, and I would definitely encourage you guys to check out if you guys have any courses that the school offers, or anything that you can take to try to like help you understand how the ABA method works. I know it could be really strict, and there's like, you know, like if they suppress like stems and things like that, I don't want to do that. And I work with people that don't like, you know, suppress them and like, you know, things like that. So definitely it's who you work with and how you just take the whole method and try to apply it at home. I think it's really cool. So today was super fun. It feels funny. I'm not gonna lie, like it feels funny, but it works, you know. I've seen it throughout the whole time, and it's different because, like I said, ABA therapy that comes to your home, they work with your kid. Now, if you are looking for like the Links program, like that they offer in our school district, or like taking courses, like you're teaching yourself how to do these methods that other specialists are doing with your kid, because you're with them all the time. Like, wouldn't you want to learn like what can help them listen to you and be engaged in like what you're doing at that moment? I definitely do, you know. And yeah, it's fun, it's cool. I'm tired. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. That'll probably be it for today. We'll see. We just got home from speech. It went really well. He was a little worked up, but in the end, he did well. So I'll end it here. It was a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed following us along, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.